Good evening, folks and friends. William Theo here for the latest news stories breaking all over the world. Former President Rodrigo Duterte is known to time and time again talk smack against his political foes when he was in power and before and after he served his term as president. Now, the mouth of the South former president is being held into account by a House Solon whom he alluded to when he appeared to be coaxing his daughter and sitting Vice President of the Republic on air on how she could use confidential funds. Opposition and party list Solon Franz Marie Castro filed a complaint against the former president, who has been issued a subpoena dated October 27, but released to the press only on Wednesday to appear before the prosecutor's office along with petitioner Castro on December 4 and 11 and to present witnesses and or supporting documents. The former president's counsel and one-time presidential spokesman and chief legal counsel Salvador Panelo shrugged off the accusation and stressed Duterte's utterance was hyperbolic and an expression of desire, not a clear and direct threat. It is one of pop art's most enduring and recognizable logos associated with the arguably the most durable and most successful band in the history of rock and roll. The ruby red lips with the oversized tongue sticking out of the gaping mouth came out in the early 70s after frontman and lead vocalist and rock and roll icon Mick Jagger commissioned an English art designer John Pache to design a new image for the band in 1970 based on the image of Kali, the Indian goddess of destruction. Known as the Hot Lips logo, the image has epitomized rock and roll's most famous band that has endured for 7 decades and 61 years and sold tens of millions of vinyl records, audio cassettes, and compact discs. In his recent visit to Mumbai to watch the World Cup of cricket games, Jagger shared photographs of himself standing in front of the Hot Lips logo. The logo is emblematic of free expression, mischief, and rebellion against authority, which fits the band to a T. In other news, the issuance of Israel's unrelenting bombing and armed foray and into Gaza hospitals is not a matter of the Jewish state's right to defend itself, but rather if such overkill that has led to thousands of innocent children and women's deaths is wrong or right. And the growing voices worldwide against the unspeakable horror unleashed by the Netanyahu government speak of an excessively immoral act that fits exactly into the domain of war crimes. And in protest against Israel's dogged determination to annihilate Hamas at the expense of innocent people's deaths, Bethlehem churches have canceled Christmas celebrations, as VOA's Yan Boshat reports.
Bethlehem will be a somber place this year. The Palestinian city, revered by Christians as the birthplace of Jesus Christ, won't have any celebrations. No lights, no fireworks, and no Christmas tree. The 3 main churches here, Greek Orthodox, Armenian, and Catholic, have agreed to only conduct religious ceremonies.
This year is going to be totally different. There won't be any lights. We will not have the Christmas tree. We will be mourning those who are being slaughtered in Gaza. There's a deep atmosphere of grief here, and all the churches have decided to only have religious services for Christmas.
Israel declared war after Hamas militants launched a surprise attack in Israel on October 7th. About 1,200 people were killed and 240 others seized and taken into Gaza as hostages. Hamas, a U.S.-designated terrorist group, runs the Gaza Strip. Bethlehem hosts one of the most important Christmas celebrations worldwide. Every year, the city is lit up with thousands of lamps and decorated with one of the biggest Christmas trees in the Holy Land. Since the war between Israel and Hamas broke out on October 7, the churches in Bethlehem host only local believers. Tourists and pilgrims have fled, affecting the city's economy, which relies on its visitors. Sellers like Hadar Hussain agree with the somber moment, but say it's a bit too much not to have even a Christmas tree.
I'm a Muslim, but I don't think this is the correct decision not to set the tree this year. This is a tradition. For centuries we have been doing it. It's a symbol that unites us. I agree it shouldn't be lit, but the tree should be there.
People here in Bethlehem, they say this is going to be a very sad Christmas for them, not only because there won't be any kind of celebrations here, but also because they say they feel really sad for what's going on in Gaza. Although most of the people here, they are Christians, they say they are Palestinians, and they're really sad about what's going on with the killings, the bombings, and the war against Hamas in Gaza.
So we feel sad, but all what we can do here is pray, because the most important thing here is the birth of Jesus and the prayers. So the festivals, it's something like extra. If they cancel that, okay, we are sad. Our kids are sad because they enjoy it, but the most important thing is still here.
The Church of Nativity won't be closed for Christmas. Priests here say this is going to be a very sad Christmas. The service will take place as usual in all churches. Yan Buesha, VOA News, Bethlehem, the West Bank.
At this juncture, we turn to our colleagues in Pine City for the latest events and developments in the Cordilleras. Eddie?
Ngayong pag-arabi, Pilipinas, agtaltalin na dakarit, kariti small-scale miner, iti Benguet, iti panag-aplikar, iti minahambayan, iti profiling, iti mining operations, iti Benguet, iti 2010. Namuan na 72 lang iti operasyon, iti small-scale mining, iti probinsya. Mapatapat-tamat nasurukan iti 34,000 iti small-scale miners, iti probinsya. Masarakan iti operasyon, ijay itogon, Mangkayan, Tuba, Tublay, Kabayan, Bukod, ken Bakon, Benguet. Nang rugin ti aplikasyon, iti minahambayan, iti 2012, nga mapatlang tinedeklara aminang bayan iti Benguet. Masarakan na ito, ijay Togon, Bakon, Mangkayan, ken Tuba. Iti Cordillera, 13 tinedeklara aminang bayan. Kaduan kat ijay Apayaw, ngay bayat ngopat iti Benguet, ken Sagaysa iti Abra, Kalinga, ken Mountain Province. Kabayatan na napalit nga kampanya kontra insurhensya ken humanitarian assistance iti Cordillera ken Region 1 itututukan ti Tactical Operations Group ti Philippine Air Force. Babad iti Whole of Nation approach sa kabinadang ti Togwan dagiti daduma nga ahensya iti kampanya kontra insurhensya. Pinasangkadan dapay iti paragsuporta iti nabukol at Task Force Baguio. Babad iti aktibo Civil Military Group Operations. Kabayatan ng 24/7 ti on-call ken agresibo a panakipasatday ti anyaman na programa ti gobyerno ket mangipakita iti sinseridad da ngagserbi ti anyaman na panahon ken sitwasyon. Limitado man ti arwatan da ngem impanamnama dati na pardas a panagresponde nang nangrunay ti panahon ti didigra a paset ti Humanitarian Assistance Disaster Relief Operation.
As far as NTF-LCAC is concerned, we, the Air Force here in region in CAR and Togwan, we will be supportive whatever it is. Pwede po kaming tumulong sa pakikipag-ugnayan at talakalan pagdating po sa mga pinaglalaban po ng ating mga insurgents.
Bueno, dagiti damdamag manipo dito yung PTV Cordillera, siyak ni Eddie Carta, Naimbag, Arabi.
And that's a wrap for tonight. We look forward to another round of Late Breakers, same time, same channel on your remote or URL browser, and urge you all to keep it simple, stick with what works, count your blessings, be aware as you catch the news right here. William Theo wishing you a restful night ahead.